Hey YouTube, it's your girl Ashley Williams, and today we're getting to that much promised sewing video that I promised you guys. But you guys, listen. I am a little confused already, but we're just gonna get into what I've already done. So what I've already done so far is I have cut all my pattern pieces out. If you watched my last vlog, you saw this. So I cut all my pattern pieces out. I interfaced pattern pieces that needed interfacing on them. So this is an example of that. I used a black interfacing. So this is the side that'll be facing out. This is the side that'll be facing inside. I also did a little bit of a modification to this pattern because I wanted them longer than what they provided. So I took my measurements from my hip down to the floor, and then I extended the pant leg on both. Let me move these instructions out the way. On both legs, the front and the back of the legs, I extended them about an inch past where the pattern ended because baby, we tall over here, right? So what I'm going to do today, what I intend to do today is to start sewing, or at least transfer all of the markings on the pattern piece that need to be on the actual garment itself so that I could sew things correctly, like darts, button flies, all that, onto the jeans properly. But I'm stuck on the first step, y'all. I mean, I can't even lie, I'm stuck on the first step. And the reason I'm stuck on the first step is because the instructions are not great. And I went on YouTube trying to see if there were other people who already completed this to see if they could give me some advice. The videos, they're not good, sadly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just wing it. I'm gonna see what happens, and fingers crossed we're successful, because not only was this fabric expensive, but I had to buy a lot of it, and I really took my time cutting things out and really took my time applying interfacing so that it would be right. But we're just gonna start, okay? The first step, let me put y'all on the tripod so I could get it together. The first step that we have says, I'm gonna read this out loud. Maybe it'll make sense to me later, and I'm just gonna like feel like an idiot right now, but it says, stay stitch upper edge of front, piece 1. Transfer stitching line on right front to outside with a water-soluble fabric marking pen or by hand basting. What stitching line am I transferring? Like, let me look at this pattern, because I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. I've never made pants before. Apparently pants are easy to make. This ain't feeling easy from these instructions I'm looking at, but you know, I digress. We're just we're gonna do what these instructions say to do and hope for the best. Oh, stitching line on the right side only. Maybe if you looked at things, Ashley, you would know what they're talking about. So let me show y'all. It's also saying stay stitch across the top. I don't want to do that because I know me. If I stay stitch, that stitch staying in there, girl. I ain't taking it out. So what it's talking about is transferring this line right here for the fly onto the pattern itself. And it said do it on the right sides only. So I need to figure out what's the right side. So I'm just pulling it back, marking, and then just like making sure that when I put this back down, my marking is exactly like where I think it should be. I have that marking on the right side of my pants, and then I'm gonna take my sewing machine and I'm gonna stitch along that mark. But one thing I do need to do is line this back up, and then like you see this big dot right here, I need to mark out that big dot so I know to stop stitching there, because I also saw in the instructions that at this dot you're gonna stitch 1 inch on each side of it, so you're gonna stitch straight through it like this, and that helps when you're lining up where you want the zipper fly to go once you get to the point of adding the zipper. Actually a bolt face lie. So stay stitch, can you see it, is a 1/2 inch from cut edge in direction of arrows. This stitching stays in permanently to prevent stretching of curved edges, shown only in the first illustration. So the stay stitch is gonna be right here to keep that from stretching, and then another right here. So that's step 1 and 2 to get this. Okay, you guys, so pro tip, every time you start a new sewing project, please put a new needle in. Also, another pro tip, test your stitching before you start stitching. All right, so You can't really see it because it's dark thread on a dark fabric, but the stitching looks good to me. I'm comfortable with it, so I'm gonna get to stitching. This is so scary because I've never made pants before. All right, I'm scared. Hey guys, I think I'm doing this right now. I done read the instructions about 50 times. So what it says is to pin the right sides together. Right sides is pinned together. Boom. Did that, right? Then it says to sew from this large round dot. So the large round dot to the notch. This is my notch. So I marked out my notch. I got my dot. So I'm going to stitch from here to here. And then it says to back stitch at this dot to reinforce the seam. So that's what I'm doing next. Wish me luck because I'm stressed out. I've never sewn pants, and like this is the first step like of sewing pants is to sew the zipper and all that shit in, and that kind of has to be right. And so I'm taking my time and I'm doing it, but I'm worried. But yeah, let's hit it. Let's hit it, okay? Okay, y'all, update. I'm taking my ass to bed because it's 9:30 and I still can't figure out what the fuck these instructions is talking about. And I honestly think it's probably just because I'm too tired, because I was very, very tired today. It's a weekday. It's Wednesday. I'm going to go lay down and we're going to go try this another day because clearly I just need some rest because these instructions are making no sense to me. And then all the videos I look up on YouTube, when sewing a zipper fly, they don't, like, this little part right here that I kept, like, hold up. Like, this part that I kept, they don't be keeping that. Like, or at least that's not the part that they sew on the freaking zipper fly to. So I'm extremely confused. I don't know what these instructions is talking about. I'm about to go to sleep, see if I could, like, do some Googling tomorrow, like, on breaks at work and figure this out. But otherwise, we not doing nothing right now because I don't want to mess these up. Like, no. So I'm going to talk to y'all another day. All right, bye. Okay, cuties, it's a new day, and I think I know how to sew the zipper fly. I'm not sure. I have watched about 5,000 videos between YouTube and TikTok on how to sew a damn zipper fly. I have this video up right now. It is by Tui Sewing. I'll put her little description in there. This is the video that I found that like seemed like the best one to get me the results that I was looking for. One thing I realized about the pattern instructions that I have is that it doesn't tell you to serge the damn fabric. So my fabric is unserged. In her video, the fabric is serged. And quite honestly, I like to serge all my edges. I'm going to go in now and I'm going to serge the edges of the pant leg that are for the zipper fly. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to work together and we're going to try to make this damn zipper fly. This is the first step and I'm stuck. But let me stop being extra and like actually do some work. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit overly caffeinated. Your girl's tired. I was supposed to go somewhere today. Couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it. Like, not only was my daughter home, but also I'm fucking tired. And it was going to be like a 6-hour day of driving. I couldn't do it. Okay, you know what? Oh, shit. I'm always choking on something. Pause. I want to do a little twist on these pants. I don't know if I am, but I'll put it up on the screen what I'm considering. But we have to see how much work it takes me to get to the point of even like finishing these. I know one part I am going to skip is like these pants have a welt pocket. I ain't doing no welt pocket. It's a fake pocket. Why am I gonna put some fake pockets on some jeans? No. Or on some pants. No. And I also lied to y'all real quick. I do have blue pants. So these are the blue pants that I got from Hanifa. But do you see how high water they are? And when I sit down, they be like up here. That's the problem. That is the problem. They're not long enough. But are they comfortable as hell? Yes. I be wearing these all the time when I sew when I'm at home. So you probably will see me in these frequently. But let me stop talking like I always do. And it's worse when I have coffee. And I am going to sew or serge these damn pants. We Gucci, y'all. Look, Curve still maintained. It don't look too crazy. We're nice and surged. So let's do the next one. Next, I need to get, what is this called? The underlap. So this is the part that goes under the flap. Like, you know, like that little protector part that goes on the jeans. I'm going to take this piece. I am going to fold it in half and give it a good press. And then I need to serge around the bottom of this portion only because we'll be top stitching over it later. I think, oh my God, you guys, I keep having to watch this video so many goddamn times. Okay, she did serge all the way around it, but left the top of it open. So I have my zipper flap panel, underlap. I'm gonna fold it in half and I'm gonna iron it because that's what the instructions look like I was supposed to do. And I'm gonna put it wrong sides together, iron it. If this is wrong, it's fine because it goes on the inside of the garment. If it was another piece, it would matter more because it's not gonna go on the inside of the garment, but this is. So it's cool, it's chill, it's chill, it's chill, y'all, it's chill. I'm also gonna serge around the zipper flap itself. So I'm gonna sew around this curve side or serge around that curve side because that's what she did in the video. And we don't know what we're doing, so we gotta just do what she doing. You see the material? Good enough, right? Good enough. This part got a little crazy, but we live, we live. Now, breathe, Ashley, breathe, Ashley. We need the sewing machine because we are about to get to the portion where we actually start attaching this damn zipper fly to these damn pants. And I'm very scared, but we're gonna move forward, okay? At this point, I might as well just show you homegirl's video because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take the zipper flap, which I have interfaced on one side to keep it nice and sturdy, and I'm going to attach it with the right side facing out. And we know that it's the right side because it's the non-interface side. Take the right side and attach it to the right side of the pant leg. So right on right, not white on white, right on right. Don't ever let me drink coffee again before doing this. So we're gonna stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge. For me, I believe that would be like right here. So let's start. Let me remove this needle because I don't stitch over needles. If you stitch over needles, that's for you. I don't do that. We're doing it. Oh my God. I'm so scared. So next step, now that this is attached, this is what it looks like. We're gonna open it up. I am going to press the seam towards the inside. So you see how I have it lying flat and open? I am then going to grab my iron and just press this down because once we have this seam pressed down, we're gonna come back and do a top stitch on it. It looks right. It looks right. I don't know. I think I'm doing a little something right. A little something. Anywho, so for my next trick, I'm gonna take the zipper and I'm gonna line it up with this edge right here. So the edge that I just sewed down the zipper panel to, I am gonna line my zipper up. You see where I have my mark for like the zipper fly to end right here? I'm gonna line my zipper up to there and line it up to the edge of where I just attached the flap to the pant. Instead of sewing close to the zipper teeth, I'm gonna sew right on the edge right here before I flip this panel under. Okay, finished the stitching of the zipper to this zipper panel or zipper flap. I can't remember what's the correct name. I'm gonna take it and fold it under just like this. And you see this little portion right here? I'm gonna fold that under just a tad. I think I'll actually iron it a little bit to get it to stay in place. Let me do that and not burn my fingers. And I'll iron this a little bit, press it just to get it nice and flat. So once that is nice and flat, I am actually going to go back and top stitch over this stitch line that I have already, being sure that when I get to this side of the zipper, so this little zipper flap that's hanging out, I'm going to tuck that up out the way, because I don't want to catch that in the sewing machine. But I do want to catch this other leg or little flap of the zipper. Okay, yeah, we're lining up correctly. Oh, shizza to the frizza. We're getting some pants. Okay, so what we are going to do now. So remember, we took the zipper. We have sewn in said zipper. Let me get y'all a good angle. We have sewn in the zipper. We have done the top stitching around the zipper, ensuring that we are only catching, let me zoom y'all in, only catching one leg of the zipper or one side of the zipper. Once we have that all sewn down, I almost broke my damn needle doing this because I almost sewed across the middle part of the zipper. Once we have that all sewn down, we are now going to take this zipper panel and line it up with with the other side of the zipper flap. Let me zoom you back out a bit. Okay, so we're gonna line it up with this other side of the zipper flap, so it's laying right on top of one another. And I need to line up the top portion too, because we don't want it to stick out. So we want it to be perfectly lined up on both sides. So what we'll do now, let me scoot that up a tad. What we will do now is take this top part, fold it back, and then we're going to attach the zipper on this side. So I'm going to pin this side out of the way. Maybe I can clip it. Clipping's a little bit faster. At least at the top I can clip it. I'm going to clip this portion back. Yeah, that'll be perfect. And then pin this right here so that I don't sew or catch this side at all. It's nice out the way. And then I'm going to pin along this side of the zipper so that when we go to the machine, we can just sew a straight stitch right here along this edge to attach the zipper to the other side of the panel portion. But yeah, it's coming out good, coming out good, coming out good. Still scared, but doing it anyway. Another thing that I'm gonna do or going to do for this side is I'm going to change my foot to my zipper foot, just because I am a bit close to the zipper and I want to be able to get as close to the edge of that piece of fabric that I can. So on the machine, the zipper foot looks like this, and you can align the needle to either go on the left or the right side of this, but this allows you to get really close to the zipper. At least I think this is my zipper foot. Haven't used it in a minute. Let me look at all the other ones and I can tell you. Yeah, that's my zipper foot. If you would like me to like show you in depth like how I'm doing this, like aligning the zipper foot and all that, just let me know. It's just like a bit cumbersome for this part of the project, and you know, I don't know. I still haven't landed on like how much I'm teaching y'all and how much I'm just showing y'all what the hell I'm doing. Because half the time, for some of this stuff, I don't even know what I'm doing. So like, I'm kind of learning with y'all. So it's like, can I really teach y'all if I'm learning too, you know? You guys be the judge of that. Let me know. Because I could always be, you know, a better teacher. Okay, let me be quiet and sew. Okay, so now it is time to get to the portion where we are going to attach the other leg to the pant. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take this pant leg or like this crotch portion and I'm going to fold it under about 1/4 of an inch. But with that being said, I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up. I am slowly seeing what they were attempting to explain in those instructions, but those instructions were absolutely horrible. Like, I did not understand what they were saying. But we're going to fold down 1/4 of an inch all the way on all the portions that we need to connect to one another. And I am going to sew along this line. I still have my zipper foot attached to my machine, so that should be fairly easy. Okay, so we are getting closer. We are getting closer. So I'm gonna start pinning everything. So have this seam folded over about 1/4 of an inch. Nothing serious, like no big fold. And then line up the 2 crotch portions of the pants. And let me pin this one first. All right, so we are nice and pinned. Taking it to the machine, gonna give it a nice top stitch along this seam right here, and I'll be back. You see how it's like the pant legs are kind of attached all the way through the crotch. I did go back and do a double stitch because I had messed up. The next thing to do is, and then you're gonna fold them in half so that you have both of these little panels. You're gonna line them up to one another and then just stitch right here on the panels so that, you know, when you open your zipper, how it doesn't go down too far. That's all that we're doing right here, is making sure that when you open that zipper, it ain't going past the limit you want it to go. All right, for the grand reveal, let's see how this zipper works, girl. We're gonna have to shorten it, but at least we don't have to shorten it right now. And voila, we have a zipper. We have a zipper. And you see how it's stopping right here? Like the zipper won't open all the way. That's what I was talking about by doing this little zigzag stitch on the outside. You stop your zipper from opening like all the way to where you don't want it to open. It's so beautiful. All right, babes, let's go over dart making 101. Okay, so we're gonna make some darts. And what darts are, they essentially, like the way that I think about them, they are a way to sew the fabric down to help create shape. And so on these pants, we have darts on the back, on the derriere, you know, help get that little booty little together. And I like sewing darts. I learned how to do them off of YouTube University myself. So I'm gonna help you guys out with making some too. But what you do is, let me show you the fabric on the right side so you can see. So it also even tells you, like on the dang fabric, the pattern piece itself, it says right side only. So you're gonna make a dart on the right side of the fabric. So I have my right side of my fabric facing up. I'm going to have to put this pattern face down since this is whatever pant leg it is, just so that it is on there correctly. So I'm going to lay the pattern back onto my fabric, making sure it's nice and lined up, making sure everything is where it's supposed to be. Next, I go ahead and I measure from the top of the dart down to the bottom of the dart. But this is the top of the dart at the waistband, and then this is the bottom of the dart. It's about, I think, 4¼ inches down, almost 4½. So I take my ruler and I measure down to where it is, and then I put a little piece of tape on my ruler for where it's supposed to end. I will take the pattern piece and slide it down just a little bit so that I can mark out where it's starting with my tailor's chalk. Then I can either take the pattern piece and fold it down and hold it with my finger to mark where that is supposed to end, or I can do what I'm going to show you guys next. So I'm going to take that ruler where I marked where the dart ends, and then I'm going to line it up with the start of my dart and then down to that line. So I hope you guys can see, but the tape and the chalk marker lining up. Then I take my tailor's chalk and mark down the center of that dart. Once I have the center and the end of the dart marked out, I will then take my ruler and line it up to the point that's on the side of the dart to the center. And then I'm going to make a straight line down. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'll take my ruler, line it up to the opening of the dart, and then lining it up so I can make my other line. I'm going to take the fabric and then fold it over, matching up this point to this point and making sure I'm meeting that center point. Just fold it over and meet those 2 lines. You want all your lines to just be laying on top of one another. This will help create the shape that you want. Just put some pins so that everything stays where I think it should, and then checking throughout the process like, hey, are my lines overlapping, until you get down to the end point. So that looks nice and good. I'm gonna pin along like the outside edge of that dart, because when you get to your sewing machine, you're going to be sewing along those lines that you just made. So at my ending point, I always put a horizontal one. This is where I know where to stop and know where to trail off that dart so that I'm not, what's it called? Not sewing incorrectly. Sometimes too, you can make the dart on both sides. So we can take our ruler and we know where the dart is starting and we know where it's supposed to end. So you can just take your tailor's chalk and also slice that out so that when you get to your sewing machine, you have a line to follow. And then you just go ahead, mark off your dart again with that needle so that when you're at your sewing machine, you know where you're starting and you know where you're stopping. At the beginning of the dart, so the white part, you can backstitch. But once you get to the end where we put our pin demarcating the end of that, do not backstitch. Just go ahead, come off the sewing machine and leave about 2 inches or more of string because you actually tie off darts instead of backstitching. And when you tie it off, it helps prevent like lumping and bubbling at the end of your dart. So let's sew a dart and I'll show you what I actually mean so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's sew down a little bit. Go ahead and backstitch. This backstitch is fine. And then keep sewing down that line. And when we get to that edge portion, we're just going to go ahead and continue sewing off of the fabric. So I'm gonna take that out and then go ahead, sew right on off the end. And then we're gonna leave ourselves a little bit of thread. Okay, so I have these 2 little tails, right? I'm just gonna take them and tie them in a knot. That's all you need to do is tie it in a knot and then you can trim it. So 1 time and then a 2nd time. And then a 3rd time for good measure. Like this thread is so small, nothing about to come up out of this. Cut the extra tails off because we know it's not gonna go anywhere. We're finally in territory where like I know what to do and I feel comfortable explaining things to you guys, but when I was doing that zipper flap, your girl don't know what she's doing. Okay, players and pimps, so I'm just going to explain this part really quickly. We are about to start attaching the pant legs together. So this is the back of the pant legs, and then on the floor I have the front of the pant leg. I am going to line the pants up, and what we are supposed to do is to attach the pants together at the inner thigh seam. So that's what we're gonna do now, and then we're gonna go to the sewing machine and sew a straight stitch on that inner seam with a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Once I have both pant legs attached, we're gonna go to the serger and I'm gonna serge that inner seam. At least I think. I might do that part last, but I gotta see how I'm feeling. But I'm gonna attach these and then I'm gonna get back with y'all, okay? Okay, ladies and gents, it is time to sew on these pockets. So I'm just going to line everything up. And then once I have everything lined up, I'm going to top stitch. Not even top stitch, that's not the right term for this. I'm going to stitch along the pocket, the side of the pocket. Then I'll press it open, stitch on top of this portion, and then after that we'll do the same thing on the back of the pant leg. So for all of these pockets, you're going to attach them right sides together and then fold them the way that you would like them to be once you sew the pants together. Okay, so now that I have the pocket sewn on, so remember we started with the pocket like this. We're about to fold it back, but also, I'm sorry, I did miss a part. I'm gonna go serge this little seam right here because I don't want no problems with that, and I'm not gonna get to serging that till later, but I'm gonna serge this seam. Ladies and gents, so I have finished sewing my pockets on and I am about to start pinning and sewing the legs of the pants together. Oh, sorry for blinding y'all. But let me show y'all what I'm working with, okay? So I have the pants laid out on the floor because we know how we roll. Sewing table is doing too much right now. But I have serged the side seams of the pant legs. And so now I'm going to take the other pant leg. Let me put y'all on a tripod so y'all can see what I'm doing. But I have my pant legs on the ground, right? So I have already pinned this side together. Now I want to pin this side together. So what I'm going to do is just take these pant legs and line them up with one another, side seam to side seam, so that I can go over to my machine and attach everything together. So on this pant leg, I have some notches right here. So I have lined these 2 notches up. And then on my pockets, I have some notches as well. So I'm lining up those notches. So I'm making sure that everything is aligned the way that it's supposed to be, because you see all this space I have in the booty part. I want to maintain that. I don't want that to be wrong. I also lined up notches on this one. Where's my other notch? This was originally lined up, but it's not anymore. And then I pinned all the way down the side seam. So I'm going to do that on both sides, take it to the machine, and attach it with a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. And then the last thing I have to do is put the waistband on, because you guys, I need to look at what the instructions say for the belt loops. It depends on how many there are. And also the fit. I already said that. But let me get to what I'm doing so that I can finish these tonight. All right, so we have everything pinned, but I forgot to mention. So when I'm sewing the pockets, I'm going to sew down right here, stop, leave a gap. Sew down right here, leave a gap. So I put 2 pins in place for where I need to stop and leave a gap so that I can actually put my hands in the pockets. And then on the side seams of the pockets, I'm of course just gonna sew all the way around. But yes, I wanted to mention that real quick before I jump on my sewing machine and almost finish these pants. All right, so we have to do some more magic now. So these are the pants, right? They're inside out. What we are going to do now is turn one pant leg inside out, or right side out, actually. So I'm turning one pant leg right side out, one leg is wrong side out. So it's gonna look funky. It's not gonna look correct. Then once I have one pant leg right side out, and I tried this off camera to make sure I was doing it right, I'm gonna take the pant leg that is right side out and put it inside of the pant leg that's still inside out. So this is something I kind of did before when I made some shorts on my channel. It's the same concept. You're just doing right sides together with one pant leg inside of the other one. And once you get it seated in there nicely, oh no, my nail broke. And y'all, I actually caught my finger in my serger earlier and like smushed it, my thumb. I don't even know what I did because I've never done that before. And it hurt so freaking bad. It hurt. Like, I feel like my thumb, it may or may not be getting a bruise already. It hurt so bad. That is besides the point. I just had to let y'all know about my pain. So once I have the pant legs in right sides together with one leg inside the other, I'm gonna start matching up my notches in here like this, right? Both pant legs are inside one another. I am going to start sewing this seam together right here. Hey family and friends, moment of truth. The pants are stitched together. I have checked everything on them, every seam. I mean, I checked it while I was sewing it. Did I check it again right now? No, but okay, look at that. Oh my God, can you see it? Do you see how I lined up those 2 seams for the inner leg? We're getting better at sewing, you guys. I think my constant delivery to you guys is paying off. So I'm about to turn these inside out and see what's good. I'm about to put them on. I'm so scared because low-key they look big, but I be saying that until I put them on and then my booty like does its thing. And then it's like, yeah, they big, girl, but that lower body big too. We thick out here. Shout out to my daughter. They fit. Okay, are you guys ready to look? They fit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, are they a little tight? And like, is my butt like a little out? I don't have the waistband on yet, mind you. But the pants fit. And the thing I don't like about pants, like they always look like this right here on me. I think low key, I need to add some darts right here too to help shape this area. But they fit. They go down to my ankles. Shout out to me for adding that extra inch, because when I add the hem to these, they will be a little bit shorter, but they fit. OMG. I made some pants and they have a functional zipper fly. I'm proud of myself. Okay, this part is going to be hard for me to show, so I'm just going to like describe it to y'all real quick. But I have sewn the waistband on. So I did cut out the right amount of pieces. So I stitched one piece onto the waistband as you saw earlier. And then once I had that piece stitched on, I connected the other waistband pieces I cut out to it. And now I have pinned them together and then, you know, cut off the excess. So when it lays flat, it's going to be like this. My waistband is extending a little bit farther than the one on the package, but I do plan to attach a hook and eye once, excuse me, once I get the button in place and all that other jazz. But then I'm also going to stitch in the ditch. That's what I'm going to try and do now. And then once I finish that, I need to attach the belt loops to the other side of the fabric, and I'm literally just attaching those right here. I may do a top stitch, I don't know, because this is laying down a little funny. And I don't feel like I can iron it that well and not mess things up. But we're just going to see as we go. I have attached the waistband to the pants and you see it got a little funky. Like, I don't know what happened, but we're going to leave it alone. Like, I'm not taking this waistband off. I really don't know what happened. All right, little honeys, we are done for the night. I have finished everything on these damn pants. I'm about to clean up, go to sleep, do a final look for you guys tomorrow. So I will see y'all then. Okay, peace for now. Good morning, ladies and gents. You know how last night, excuse me, I was super excited because I finished. Well, I was very dissatisfied with how the waistband came out, so I made a new one. And instead of following the directions on this damn pattern, because y'all, I don't know what's up with this pattern, but something is wrong with it. Like, the instructions on it, I do not like how they tell you how to assemble things, because they want you to assemble like one side of the waistband onto the pants and then assemble the other side of the waistband onto the waistband that is attached to the pants already. I feel like me doing that caused like a lot of bunching that was unnecessary. And then I also don't like how much they tell you to trim the seams, because I don't feel like it's enough. So with that being said, I have remade the waistband, and to me, this looks more solid than what I had previously. So this way, I feel like it's going to come out a lot cleaner. We will see, because we have a lot of seam ripping ahead of us. But right now, I'm about to just like get to redoing the waistband. And I honestly think like I'm just going to do it and then come back and talk to y'all and tell you guys how it worked. Like attaching the waistband as one piece instead of two pieces. It just like, it was not working. It's all bunched up. I have a gap where my butt is. I might put some little elastic on the back so that it cinches to my body better. But I will update y'all when I get there. But I was just like, I was really dissatisfied with how it came out. And I was like, maybe it's because I was tired and I was rushing. So let me come back the next day, take my time, don't record, so that I don't feel pressured to like hurry up and get this done for y'all. But yeah, I just want to pop in here and say that that's what I'm about to do. I will be back. I hope I don't mess this up again, because if I mess this up again, it's just going to have to be how it is. That's it. No more seam ripping, no taking it off, no nothing. Okay, YouTube fam, I am back here to close out this video. I'm going to go outside, get some shots of me in my fabulous pants. I could just show you a little preview, I suppose, of what they look like. Sorry, my gimbal will be doing what it want to do. So I did end up having to add a hook closure. I can't remember the specific type of what it's called, but I ended up having to add that. The waistband still is not perfect, and then like the butt area is still a bit too low for me. I honestly don't know what was going on with this pattern. It is not my favorite pattern that I've sewn. There were a lot of complicated instructions and a lot of instructions that I felt like should have been different. And if I wasn't somebody who knew how to sew a little bit, I would have been very perplexed to not be able to do it. Like, honestly, like the fact that I couldn't even understand what they was talking about when they were talking about sewing the zipper fly was just a problem for me. And I thought like the simplicity patterns also like had more help online. I did go onto the Simplicity website. They didn't even have this pattern on the damn website. with simplicity themselves. So that pissed me off. But thankfully to some people on YouTube, especially Tui Sewist, I believe that is her name. I'm gonna put it in the video so that you guys can see it as well. They were very helpful with how to attach a zipper fly for some damn pants. So we did the damn thing. We finally got it done. But I just put on like a very simple, casual, laid back outfit so I could show you guys how I potentially will style these jeans going to work. But quite honestly, I'm going to need to wear a shirt that's like a bit longer since the back of the pants is so low. But I did want to just like tap back in with y'all, explain some things, give a brief little review of the sewing pattern, and let y'all know what to expect next week. So next week, you can expect another sewing video. I did go to the Goodwill today and thrift a few things. Ooh. I think next week I'll finally make that boxy button-up tee that I've been talking about for a long time, so I can finally break out my Cricut and figure out how to use the little baby thing. Because I bought that thing, I think on Black Friday, and it is still in the damn box. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get it together though. I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I just have had so many other projects lined up that I wanted to do that I didn't get to my Cricut yet, but it is coming. It is coming, and we have all the materials that we need, and I'm so very, very excited. I think I already know what quote I want to put on there as well. But oh wait, you know what? I gotta see what my schedule looks like, because I may end up making something with this fabric right here, this what's it called, this denim fabric with the cherries on it that you guys saw in my vlog when I went to Joann's. I may or may not be using that. I'm not quite sure yet, because I do want to draft a pattern myself to make, and so that'll be a little bit harder. So that one might be a two-parter, but either way, you will be getting a video from me next week and this week, and get into this post facial glow. But yes, I appreciate you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with a friend of a friend, tell 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 all the friends to tell the friends, okay? We are trying to get our subscribers up this year, stay consistent, and reach monetization, baby. I do enjoy doing this, but you know, I spend my whole weekend doing this, and I would like some money for it. Because the editing software I use ain't free. This fabric ain't free. If you get what I'm saying, if you catch my drift, please support your girl. I appreciate all you guys that are here. Please drop a comment if there's something that you would like to see me make, or if you want me to make something off that damn list that I made of what I want to make in 2025, just let me know. I'll get to it. Okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you had fun learning along with me. I will see y'all next week. All right, bye.